Police officers, what was something you saw someone do that made you say, wait, is that illegal? It was a Sunday night during football season, some years back, and I'd been drinking pretty steadily at this packed bar downtown. It was one of those places with more TVs than chairs, full of dudes in jerseys yelling at refs who couldn't hear them, and pitchers of beer that came faster than the food. Good atmosphere, but not built for capacity. The bathrooms were a nightmare. One toilet for men, one for women, and by halftime, the lines snaked all the way into the hallway by the kitchen. I waited about 10 minutes, did the pacing, the bouncing, the internal negotiation of, can I hold it? And then finally said, screw it. I went outside. Now, I didn't just whip it out on the sidewalk or behind a dumpster like an animal. I wasn't that. Right outside the back door, next to the employee smoking area, was one of those oversized commercial trash cans, one of those gray ones on wheels with the lid flipped open and 2 bags half hanging out. I figured, okay, that's contained. It's lined. I'm still being considerate. In my drunken logic, this was the most hygienic, civic-minded decision available. So I peed into the trash can. I zip up, step away like nothing happened, and that's when I hear a voice behind me. Sir, step over here for me. It's a cop. I didn't even see him. Apparently, 2 officers had been standing down the alley a few doors down, keeping an eye on crowd control since this bar had a reputation for post-game scuffles. He walks me to the side, asks for ID, and writes me a ticket. I'm still buzzed but polite, and I ask what the charge is. He says, urinating in public. I'm citing it under the Municipal Code for improper disposal of waste, same one used for illegal dumping and littering. I don't argue. I'm not trying to escalate anything. I take the ticket, mumble an apology, and walk home feeling like the world's dumbest criminal. The next day, I'm nursing a hangover, and I pull out the citation. Sure enough, the code number is for unlawful disposal of waste, with no specific reference to urination. So I look it up. It's mostly about dumping construction debris, leaving old mattresses on the curb, or throwing garbage into empty lots. That's when the light bulb goes off. I didn't pee on the street. I didn't pee on a wall. I peed into a trash can. A trash can that was already there for the disposal of waste. Technically, I was following the spirit of the law. If I had peed on the ground, sure, I could see the argument. But the trash can was a receptacle. In my mind, I was being responsible. I spent the next 2 weeks turning this into the dumbest legal defense imaginable. I wrote it out on paper, highlighted the city's sanitation guidelines, circled the part that encouraged proper use of waste receptacles. I even printed out a grainy photo of the exact model of trash can from the manufacturer's website to prove that it was, in fact, a legitimate container for public use. I told myself I wasn't trying to get out of the ticket. I just wanted to make the judge laugh, or at least confuse him enough to think about it for a second. Maybe it'd get tossed. Maybe I'd still have to pay the fine. Either way, I figured I'd get a story out of it. Court date rolls around. I show up with my little folder of garbage can evidence, sit on the uncomfortable bench for an hour, and finally hear my name called. Judge looks around the room. Officer present? Clerk says, no, Your Honor. Judge shrugs, says, case dismissed, and bangs the gavel. That was it. I didn't even get to launch into my carefully prepared, it's not littering if it goes in the bin defense. I walked out of there with a clean record and a stack of wasted printer paper. To this day, I still wonder how the judge would have reacted. Would he have laughed, rolled his eyes, slapped me with the maximum fine just for being that guy? No idea. All I know is, somewhere out there is a trash can behind a sports bar that got me cited for illegal dumping, and I'll never look at one the same way again.